This program is not for children. If you are under the age of 13, then politely leave. You spoilt little twats. Thank you.
From the deepest, darkest recesses of Dangerous Nerds headquarters, Keith Moncrief and Gary Kissel.
Just remember that Pop Culture Minefield, when it's discussing rumors, are just rumors. You have to take them with a grain of salt.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Pop Culture Minefield. That's Keith over there.
And that's Gary.
And we've gotten away from the finger pointing because it just looks like we're putting a mustache on our... I've got a fake mustache. Anyway, as you can tell, up in the right-hand corner, we see the word Geekosity, which, of course, is Mikey Sutton's website, geekositymag.com. And we're going to be doing our weekend wrap-up of Geekosity news. And the three subjects that we're picking, I think, are the ones that, and I know Keith did because he's the one who picked them, are the three biggest stories of the week. And they're going across the bottom of the screen down there. See them down there? Oh, you read it. Oh.
Well, the stories are the return of DS9, which really, since this whole pandemic has started, has become very popular on Netflix. Of course, Michael B. Jordan wandering to the other side, this time DC or DC-related company, to produce a StaticShock movie. And the possible return of Steve Rogers in the upcoming Secret Wars.
And so I guess we'll start off with that one. Boom, baby. And there's the scoop, and once again, scoops are no guarantees. We know that.
Mm-hmm.
Mikey is a pro. He really does network well. He's got a lot of contacts at Sony and as well as at Disney. So we trust in him, and he's so far, in my opinion, one of the most accurate scoopsters out there, or as I refer to him, the Scoop Master General. And the guy nails it. The guy nails it. So what's this scoop on here with Chris Evans?
Well, what this comes down to is this has to do with an earlier scoop about Robert Downey Jr. returning to the MCU in Secret Wars. Well, having Chris Evans back would be kind of proper. If you're going to have Iron Man, you should definitely have Captain America. But basically, Kevin Feige is wanting to basically wrap everything into a massive production and bring us Secret Wars. So basically, every comic book fan out there should be excited if you are a Marvel fan. This is incredible news. Secret Wars, I think, was one of the first major team-up books of its type within the last, it was 30 years ago when they had that?
Yeah, 35.
35?
Yeah, I think it was 35 years ago. And it was 1986.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It is also the comic series that made me stop reading comics. I felt so put upon. And I know a lot of other comic fans felt the same way, that they were making us buy comics that we didn't want to read in order to get the rest of the story. And then they would, I don't know, they slipshot it. It wasn't very good. And I'm like, oh, man. But we got some really good things from the Secret Wars.
Yes.
And
we got Spidey's black costume.
Yep, Venom.
Yep.
That came about because of the Secret Wars, and I'm wondering how Feige's going to bring that into it.
Well, I think a lot of the stuff that they're angling to do, that they've been talking about in conjunction with Doctor Strange and with WandaVision, and of course Spider-Man 3, will all play a part in bringing us to Secret Wars. And I think they're going to try to use all of the weapons that they have at their disposal to do what they need to do, and try to bring us to bring us Secret Wars sooner than what it took to bring us end game in MCU as far as the theatrical presentations. Okay, so what they're going to be doing is it'll be a line-wide crossover, a series of MCU films combined with Disney Plus TV series, telling a different part of the story until they're all linked together in a cinematic finale called Secret Wars. And that's where they're going to plan on bringing Robert Downey Jr. back, but as a different Tony Stark than the one that died.
And this is when Marvel Cinematic is going to kill all the executives at Sony?
That's your hope, dude, but I don't see Tom and those guys going anywhere anytime soon. In fact, I think we should all be prepared to kiss Spider-Man goodbye as a whole once they're done with all this stuff, because I seriously believe that Sony's just gonna snatch up Spider-Man and just run away. And as soon as they get everything they want out of this deal, which is crossing over all of the big Marvel characters with this, so they can at least show that they are in the same universe, they're going to walk right out the door and take Spider-Man with them.
I dread this day. But with Evans, we're looking at the older Steve Rogers.
Yes, they're talking about bringing him back. It's just old man Steve.
Old man Steve. Telling stories like, well, when I was in the Avengers, we used to walk a mile uphill in the snow.
But that won't be the only thing. I don't think they'll have Tony and Steve playing major parts. I'm not saying it'll be a cameo, but it will be making an appearance. By the time they get around to doing Secret Wars, based on what Mikey's been reporting, they're going to have us firmly back in touch with both Fantastic Four and the X-Men. And not only the current MCU versions, but also the classic Fox versions is what I'm hearing. So this will be a massive Marvel conglomerate of different characters, different timelines, different versions. Thus, we won't just be seeing RDJ. There is distinct possibility that we could be getting a Tony Stark as played by various other people. So
Tom Cruise?
Maybe.
So, well, we'll move on to the next story, which, of course, you had brought up already, is Michael B. Jordan gives DC a static shock.
Yes. Okay, look. You may remember some weeks back when DC and Warner Brothers had their first fandom event. During that event, Reginald Hudlin announced that Milestone was coming back, both with comics and with projects, both film and television. Okay? So Reginald Hudlin, who is a writer, director, producer, whom many may or may not know is one of the guys behind, movies like House Party, and for years was one of the programmers of BET, and who's also worked on a lot of comic books, mainly the Black Panther comics over the last few years, okay, for Marvel. He is now, I think, going to be their Kevin Feige for all of the Milestone characters. So this will be his first major thing, and he's bringing in Michael B. Jordan with him. Now, in doing that, Michael B. Jordan, I think, in my opinion, isn't coming in just to be a producer. I think he eventually wants to play a part within the Milestone universe. And if those rumors about Superman, I think, were just misinformed people, I think he wants to be Icon.
Interesting.
That would be a fun. And again, there's a lot of people out there who either do not know or have forgotten about Milestone. Understand, for a lot of you people in Hollywood that are looking to transform characters because you say there aren't enough characters of color, Milestone has got all you guys beat. And Michael B. Jordan has just jumped ahead of every one of you guys because he's playing a character that's been available for years that anybody could have jumped into, and nobody had their head out of their backsides enough to be able to look around and go, how about that character? Icon is a really, really cool character, and he's a very powerful being. And his story fits in with the current way that Hollywood says they want to do things. So I have nothing but high hopes, and I'm really happy to hear this story. And I wish Michael B. Jordan and Mr. Hudlin all the success in the world. Dennis Cohen and all those guys from Milestone definitely deserve this. And if you haven't picked up any Milestone books, you should. Go to your local comic dealer, go online, find as many of the books as you can, and start reading those, because you will be seeing this again.
Now, I, as a white man, am I allowed to read this comic?
Not only are you allowed, we want you to read. We want your money.
Amen. Amen, my soul brother. The next thing we're going to talk about is a little more, Jesus Christ, I hate even fucking saying this, Kurtzman Trek. It's like, I don't know, man. I find reading any scoop about Kurtzman Trek is like finding out you got herpes. It's like, oh, Jesus, and I thought I got lucky.
You know, let me just say, I know there's a lot of you out there who are probably new to Star Trek. And there's a lot of people out there that since the pandemic have rediscovered or have started watching Star Trek.
Yeah,
mainly on Netflix.
YouTube just bleeped you.
They did.
You went to say pandemic and we're not even on yet. We haven't uploaded this to YouTube and they bleeped it out. They cut out the word pandemic.
Well, since C-19 hit, a lot of you out there have discovered Star Trek, and many of you have done that on Netflix. In the interest of really helping this along, understand that everything that you've experienced with Star Trek on Netflix is completely being undone, reworked, and destroyed by Alex Kurtzman and Secret Hideout. So any announcement about bringing it back, unless it is preceded by the announcement that Alex Kurtzman and Secret Hideout and all his people are going away, will all fit within the same type of story and storytelling that they did to destroy Picard. I mean, to help Picard. So it's yeah, everything you liked about it. Because in this story that was put forth, they don't, it was, nobody knows if any of the original writers are going to be helping out with this. Let me answer in advance. No. Because I don't think anybody that actually worked on DS9 wants to work for Kurtzman and take orders from him. Can you see anybody that actually worked on DS9 because of what your Ira Steven Bauer? Come on, this is the guy that basically told Rick Berman what to go do with himself. I think it'd be even worse working for Kurtzman. And all the producers, all of the people, Ron Moore, Naren Shankar, all these guys. Okay. I mean, the murderer's row of Trek people.
I've got an image of Alex Kurtzman preparing for the next Star Trek. We got to check this out. Oh, there it is.
That's about right.
Look at all those rolls of toilet paper he's gone through. He's really putting a lot of work into this new Star Trek.
Yeah. Look, if they should happen to find actors that want to do it, fine. But let me at least say this. This is, again, I'm not trying to be the bad guy here. I just want to say, when it all comes down to it, actors want to act. They'll do anything to act. Okay? The actors that work on Star Trek, while they
wink.
They love meeting you guys. They love meeting fans for the most part. But all they really want to do is act. And for many people to understand that one of the people that was directly responsible for Picard was Patrick Stewart himself. You have to learn the lesson that not a lot of these actors are as well versed on the characters and stories as you, the fans, are. They really don't know it that well. So whatever you want out of the return of DS9, I would set the bar real low. Like, keep going down past Hades, past our expectations for Discovery getting better. Keep going, and then go another 200 miles down. And that's about where you should stay with your expectations for any new Star Trek for the foreseeable future. So,
pretty much.
I mean, come on.
In summation, what do you think? What do you think is going to happen here?
I think that there will be an attempt to bring DS9 back for the new Paramount Plus service, which really is just CBS All Access renamed, but with more options. Right. But unless and until they can do something about Alex Kurtzman, expect none of it to be worth your time. And again, I beg all of you out there, if you are a recent convert to Star Trek, especially through Netflix, keep rewatching all that stuff. Hang on to it. Read the books. Read all of the books. And especially all those books published prior to 2005. And just keep doing that, and keep letting CBS know that you want the Star Trek that is the Star Trek that you've come to know from Netflix, from the original series, Next Generation, DS9, Voyager, and Enterprise, and that you just do not accept faux Trek.
That faux Trek is just not good.
It's nasty. It's nasty is what it is.
Well, that's it from the Pop Culture Minefield Secret Headquarters. That's Keith over there.
And that's most definitely the amazing Gary Cassell.
And that's it for Geekosity Weekend Wrap-Up. And we're out of here. Get up for lunch.
Hey, guys. Thanks for watching Pop Culture Minefield. If you've enjoyed the show, please remember to like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell icon. Remember, you can find us at Pop Culture Minefield on both Facebook and Instagram. Thank you again.
Y'all come back now, you hear?